Hi, good day everyone. But before we proceed to our presentation for today, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. I am Rachel Joyce E. Flores, and I'm here to talk to you about our topic for today, the effectiveness of bokashi composting in reducing water pollution at Barangay Gregoria de Jesus, GMA Cavite, a proposal for environmental pollution. And along with that, I'm here to introduce to you my co-presenter, Gregorio Ken Jemima, Ropan Angelique Claire, and Catherine Suarez. For the chapter 1, we have introduction, objectives, general and specific, significance of the study, and lastly, the scope and limitation. Because as we all know that our country is experiencing a huge problem in terms of waste decomposition, composting can serve as the aid to reduce the possibilities of contaminating our water resources. Bokashi composting is the process of reintroducing organic matter back to the earth soil. Composting can bring a huge benefit to the earth to maintain a good quality of the water that people can drink every day. As we all know, for our introductions, people nowadays are experiencing global problems that harm a lot of human beings. One of the most common problems that always people encounter in their daily lives is the impact of pollution on the environment. For the conclusion, the goal of this study is to provide an effective and practical solution that will assist many people in saving the planet from the harmful effects of water and environmental pollution. Because as we all know, pollution is harming our ecosystem, contaminating our food and water, and causing diseases in humans and wildlife, all of which must be drastically reduced. But every living thing has a responsibility to preserve the environment. And unless we act now, environmental challenges will only worsen as the world's population expands.
For the purpose of the objectives, this study will attempt to narrow in on its goal from broad to specific ideas. The research's general purpose is to outline what the study is designed to achieve. Number 1 is to reduce the water population. 2. To give information about the purpose of composting to our environment. 3. To raise awareness to people who are affected in Barangay Gregoria de Jesus, GMA Cavite. And lastly, to give advantages to composting by means of bokashi. For the scope and the limitation, the research will concentrate on a particular location in Barangay Gregoria de Jesus, GMA Cavite. The research will also look into the water pollution and how to deal with it. The researchers want to figure out what is the main elements that influences the water quality in Gregoria de Jesus. Recent studies and research will be explored as a source of information in order to determine what are the factors that influence the water quality in Gregoria de Jesus. The study will look at the overall efficiency of bokashi composting rather than a specific components. The research will also show the relationship between composting and its ability to reduce the water pollution. For the significance of the study, the finding of this research could be an extremely important and beneficial to the following. Residents of Gregoria de Jesus will benefit from the study because they will learn more about the elements that may harm them as a result of water contamination in their town. With the information acquired by the community, they will be able to gain a deeper understanding of the factors as well as better prepared to deal with the situation. For the benefit of the government, this research will assist them in a developing procedure that will address the problem of water contamination in their community. The researchers' bokashi composting method can also be employed and suggested to the entire barangay as a tool for their homes in the case of water contamination. For the benefit of future researchers, this study can be used as a model for future research on the same issue but with other factors. The information acquired and the results will be used by future researchers to expand the scope of the research.
Okay, so for the chapter 2, the review of related literature, the purpose of it is to gain an understanding to an existing research in order to present knowledge in the form of written report. So for the benefits of composting, according to the study of Elizabeth Byrne, entitled The Many Benefits of Compost, food leftovers, grass clippings, and dead leaves are composed and used as a garden resource, composing diverse waste from landfills by reusing all of the elements in organic compound and creating a recyclable product in the process, which is beneficial to both your garden and the environment. Much of garbage we generate on a daily basis can be used as a soil additive for your lawn, and the decomposing process breaks down all the elements found in the organic or such as the food and the plant waste and changes them into a rich brown matter that may be returned to the earth rather than being thrown away using water, oxygen, and variety of microbes. In both groundwater and surface water, fertilizer and plant nutrients can cause difficulties. Nitrogen is frequently the most serious issue in the groundwater. Fertilizer, both organic, which is the manure, and synthetic, the chemical, are usually invariably the source. Nitrogen is the most mobile of these three basic plant nutrients, and it is one of the most likely to percolate through the soil and into subterranean aquifers. Large amount of nitrogen and phosphorus reach the surface water, usually through agricultural runoff. Both nutrients contribute to eutrophication or water overfiltration, which can lead to hypoxia or oxygen depletion. Most people are aware of algae blooms, which are the explosive growth of microscopic algae that consume all of the available oxygen in a certain area of water. Fish can often escape in this situation, but shellfish, like many other bottom-dwellers, are stuck and eventually suffocate.
For the Chapter 3, the researchers conducted a primary observation on Gregorio de Jesus to know if they are experiencing some kind of problem when it comes to water pollution. After gathering information, the researchers find out that the community is suffering from water contamination and the destruction of biodiversity. Because of the water pollution, people from Gregorio de Jesus are experiencing lack of potable water. People are also suffering from respiratory infections due to the aggravation of water pollution. The researchers decided to have a method on how to implement a project that will help the community to survive pollution. They collected data based on their observation and also interviewed barangay officials to gather more concrete data. After the researchers collected the field and the company data, they continued on data formulation and analyzed it before proceeding to the findings, which is the solution to Barangay Gregorio de Jesus problem. Based on the researchers' gathered data, Bokashi composting is the most effective and safest solution that will help the community. The researchers gathered more information about Bokashi composting to make sure that it is really effective and safe. Since Barangay Gregorio de Jesus population is continuously growing, there's not much room for composting. Bokashi composting will serve as an alternative solution to their problem. After making sure, the researchers proceed on the implementation of the project by asking barangay officials their permission to call a meeting on the citizens of Barangay Gregorio de Jesus. The meeting will be held for the people to be aware of the possible outcome of Bokashi composting on their community.